Level 1. Trash. Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau made The Room. One film so catastrophically bad it became a cultural phenomenon. His line delivery defies logic. Emotional beats land in the wrong places. Reactions make no sense. Paramount rejected it in under 24 hours. Yet midnight screenings still sell out worldwide. He's famous because he failed so spectacularly it became art by accident. Total confidence, zero ability. That collision created something unforgettable. Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson plays Pete Davidson in every role. The King of Staten Island isn't acting, it's autobiography with a script. His mannerisms, speech patterns, and worldview, they all transfer unchanged. When he's on screen, you see Pete, not the character. That's textbook level 1. But there are cracks forming. In The Home, critics noted something different, fearless, understated, a hint he might be capable of more. For now, he's here because personality isn't performance. Level 2. Bad. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold built an empire on muscles and one-liners. His first lead role, Hercules in New York, was so bad they had to dub his voice. His accent was impenetrable. But Arnold learned something crucial. He didn't need to be a great actor. He needed to be a great brand. Conan, The Terminator, Total Recall. He leaned into what worked. Physicality, charisma, iconic catchphrases. He knew audiences didn't want subtlety, they wanted spectacle, and he delivered it for decades. Limited range? Absolutely. But he turned that limitation into a business model and dominated Hollywood anyway. Level 3. Mid. Nicolas Cage. Cage swings from genius to disaster with no warning. Leaving Las Vegas earned him an Oscar, raw, committed. Adaptation and Pig proved he could access real vulnerability. Then there's The Wicker Man. And dozens of thrillers that make you question everything. He calls his style nouveau shamanic. He treats every role as an experiment. He once pulled his own teeth for Birdie, then showed up equally committed to bargain bin action films. No calculation, no brand management. Just pure instinct, whether the script deserves it or not. The highs are extraordinary. The lows are equally memorable. That inconsistency keeps him right here. Keanu Reeves. Keanu is wooden. Critics have said it for decades. His British accent in Dracula was demolished. His line delivery is stiff. But here's the paradox. That limitation became his superpower. As Neo, as John Wick, as Ted Logan, his calm sincerity works perfectly. He doesn't transform. He offers variations of himself wrapped in different stories. When he strays too far, Little Buddha, Much Ado About Nothing, it falls apart. But in his lane, he's untouchable. Level 4. Good. Brad Pitt. Pitt started as the pretty face in Thelma and Louise. Critics doubted he had depth. Then Fight Club happened. He trained in boxing, delivering Tyler Durden with psychological complexity that silenced doubters. Moneyball showed restraint. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood earned him an Oscar. He also built Plan B Entertainment, producing 12 Years a Slave and Moonlight. His influence extends beyond performance. He chose directors carefully, Fincher, Tarantino, the Coen brothers. But here's the thing. You still see Brad Pitt. Even when the performance is excellent, the movie star never fully disappears. That's what separates good from great. Tom Cruise. Cruise has been a megastar for 4 decades, same intensity, same driven persona. Top Gun to Mission Impossible. He refines rather than transforms. But that consistency is his genius. He modulates energy and vulnerability within a familiar framework. Jerry Maguire balanced professional drive with emotional fragility. Collateral gave us a cold-blooded killer. And those stunts, hanging off planes, scaling skyscrapers, they're not just spectacle, they're philosophy, complete immersion. He broke his ankle during a rooftop jump and kept filming. The shot stayed in the movie. Cruise refuses stunt doubles. If his face is in the frame, he does the work himself. He elevates his lane to the absolute ceiling. Star power and persona are inseparable. That makes him bankable, but limits his artistic range. Level 5, very good, Heath Ledger. Ledger climbed from teen heartthrob to transformative artist. 10 Things I Hate About You was charming. Brokeback Mountain earned him an Oscar nomination for quiet, restrained heartbreak. Then, the Joker. He locked himself in a hotel room for 6 weeks, kept a journal of disturbing imagery, experimented with voices and mannerisms, slept 2 hours a night during prep. The character consumed him. Directors watched footage and realized they were seeing something unprecedented. The result redefined what a comic book villain could be. Posthumous Oscar. Cultural landmark. Ledger belongs here because his trajectory showed constant evolution. Each role pushed further than the last. Mastery cut short. Robin Williams. Williams could make you laugh until you cried, then break your heart in the same scene. His improv genius powered Good Morning, Vietnam, and Mrs. Doubtfire. But beneath the manic energy was profound vulnerability. Dead Poets Society. Good Will Hunting. That Oscar-winning performance as Sean Maguire revealed a gentle humanity that stunned audiences. Comedy and tragedy as two sides of the same emotional truth. Williams moved seamlessly between them, showing humor and heartbreak aren't opposites. They're partners. That versatility across the spectrum makes him unforgettable. Level 6. Great. Gary Oldman. Oldman disappears. Sid Vicious in Sid and Nancy. Unrecognizable. Dracula with an accent so specific it felt lived in. Commissioner Gordon, grounded and human. Winston Churchill in Darkest Hour required hours of makeup daily, but the transformation wasn't just prosthetics. He embodied Churchill's voice, posture, and internal struggle. Oldman works from the inside out, building characters from a psychological foundation to physical expression. He studies accents for months. Co-stars didn't recognize him on set. You never see Gary Oldman on screen. You see the person he became. Joaquin Phoenix. For Joker, Phoenix, he lost 52 pounds, studied neurological disorders, and perfected that disturbing laugh. The performance became a cultural phenomenon and earned him an Oscar. But his risk-taking goes deeper. I'm Still Here, a 2-year performance where he pretended to quit acting to become a rapper. The media believed it. He blurred reality and performance deliberately. In The Master, he created a character so physically twisted his posture alone told the story. Walk the Line required him to learn guitar and singing. He refused playback. Phoenix mixes method acting with experimental chaos. He's constantly reinventing what performance can be. That obsession with pushing boundaries places him here. Level 7, legendary, Robert De Niro. De Niro pioneered modern realism. For Taxi Driver, he drove a cab in New York to live as Travis Bickle. For Raging Bull, he gained 60 pounds to show Jake LaMotta's decline, a transformation unprecedented. For The Godfather Part 2, he spent months in Sicily mastering dialect and mannerisms to play young Vito Corleone. He set the template everyone else followed. His collaborations with Scorsese created the blueprint for transformative acting. He didn't just play characters, he lived them. That dedication forever changed the standard of what's possible on screen. Denzel Washington. Denzel commands the screen through internal discipline. Trained in theater, he built his foundation on stagecraft before film. Glory earned him his first Oscar, a performance carrying centuries of pain and fury. Training Day won him another as corrupt detective Alonzo Harris. Magnetic and terrifying. Washington doesn't rely on extreme physical transformations. His power comes from spiritual grounding and technical precision. He speaks openly about daily prayer and reflection before work. Whether playing a civil rights leader in Malcolm X or a vigilante in The Equalizer, his presence is undeniable. Natural talent married to unshakable discipline. Daniel Day-Lewis. Day-Lewis is the standard. For My Left Foot, he stayed in a wheelchair for the entire shoot, refusing to break character. Crew fed him between takes. For The Last of the Mohicans, he spent weeks in the wilderness learning to hunt. For The Boxer, he trained with professional fighters for over a year. His Bill the Butcher in Gangs of New York displayed ferocity. He's made a handful of films, but each carries immense weight. 3 Best Actor Oscars, Lincoln, There Will Be Blood, My Left Foot. He doesn't perform, he becomes completely. That immersion is why he's at the top